Hello and welcome back to Pokémon Reborn. When we last left off, we were crossing around this whole city square, I suppose. Move on, I'm not wasting my time with you. And now we're carrying on doing that, so here we go. Hey, you want to get past me? Let's see some Pokémon. Oh, well look what you got there. Let's see if you know how to use them. Yes, this is the guy who told me I couldn't cross that bridge all those years ago. Now it's time to show him just how powerful I have become. Using Warrior, of course, to lead the charge. Show this little Sentret that Foresight won't get them anywhere. Down they go. Warrior levels up. Not quite, but he levels up in my heart. That's what's most important. You might wonder why I didn't immediately step out of that Bellsprout. Well, I just wanted to see what they could do. I knew they could do a Vine Whip, but I wanted to see how deadly that would be, and it turns out it was quite deadly, so we're going to swap into someone who can deal with that Vine Whip quite expertly, and that someone is the ever-amazing Edible Fred. There you go, Bellsprout just doesn't stand a chance. Edible Fred is the best grass type in the game. There's just... fine, you can pass. There's just no way around that, sadly. So, yeah, we didn't really need to pass by him because, of course, we've just done that entire city square. I still don't know what all the debris on the floor means, so I'm trying to look at... Weren't you the one from the train? And there you go. I was not expecting an actual trainer battle here, but turns out that there is indeed a trainer battle to be had. So, obviously, sympathies over the fact that I was nearly killed in a train explosion have run dry. And now everyone who sees me just wants a piece of me. And I'm perfectly fine with that because Warrior here is going to take on any and all comers, even if they happen to be cute little babies. So there we go. Cleffa has fallen before the might of Warrior, and now we have a Panpour. It is the mirror match of a century. Will good old Warrior here be enough? I have decided that probably not due to the damage they've already taken, and so I'm going to sneak in there with a couple of Leers. See what happens. Okay, so now there's 3 Leers on my Warrior. Seems to me like a deadly hit is coming in any second now, so we're going to swap it over to Edible Fred. There you go, the deadly hit that may well have eviscerated Warrior has barely tickled my mighty Bulbasaur. And now we are ready to end this fight in a most convincing fashion. There you go. Cannot stand up to my might. Looks like someone toughened up. Yes, exactly. I am nothing if not the toughest. So there you go. I wanted to see if everyone else now wanted to battle me, but no, it was just that one person. Though that was new dialogue, so we're just going to rush back and read that again. Do you think the bomber used a Voltorb to explode or an Electrode? Does it really have to just be either one of those two? There are other exploding Pokemon, you know. So there you go. If anything, there seems to be more debris now than when it was first bombed. I guess the ashes have had time to settle. And also, another thing you'll notice is that it's night in this game. Hey there, you know, this is my hood. And because I was recording this at night, it makes me wonder if there's like a clever little mechanic in the game that can detect when you're playing it, because of course it's not like a console emulator where the clocks of Pokemon games are just broken. This is just, you know, you download the thing, you click on it, and you run it. It's its own little thing. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of functionality in there that allows it to sync with your computer clock and simulate time of day. And if that is the case, that is pretty darn cool. And you'll notice here that Warrior, being an absolute badass, has just defeated the Pan, who has a type advantage over them. So, well done to Warrior, you've earned that level up. I told you I would make you the biggest, strongest Panpour that ever there was. So there we go. The first house. I've never noticed the doors before. Luckily I don't think I've missed anything, it's just the doors are quite hard to see, so I'm going to have to keep my eye for them. Pokesnacks, as far as I know, don't exist in the actual real game, so I'm just going to check what they do now. Popular go-to snack for Pokemon of all species. Well, you know what? If any of my Pokemon deserves a snack, it's Warrior. So there you go. He ate that snack happily, I don't know if that means his friendliness towards me has increased. You want to find more Pokemon? The key is simple. Talk to everyone. You won't be disappointed. Well, talking to everyone is absolutely my goal here. I just wanted to click on this TV to see if there was any new news to absorb, but it looks like that Gossip Gardevoir is spouting off the exact same news as before, so I won't bother checking any more TVs until we at least reach the next town. So there we go, we're still in this game with its dark, grungy music. I'm checking all the houses for doors. These ones don't have them, so I'm looking for the sort of purpley doors. As you can see on that house that we just went in, they're sort of purple and have sideways. But then again, that one's green, so what do I know? But this house, rather interestingly, has nothing in it. I don't know if that means it's unoccupied or if the occupants are just out at the moment, but it's late at night, so they should be there. We'll never know what the story with that house is. A new trainer. Allow me to introduce you to the nuances of battle. Lord knows what all these gentlemen are doing out here so late at night. Willing to battle young genderqueer quids. Genderqueer quids, that's just fantastic tongue work from yours truly. But this old man, he's got an Igglybuff that has captured the attentions of Warrior, and I say to you, Warrior, don't fall for it. Don't be immobilized by love. For one thing, I don't think you're even in the same egg group. It's just never going to happen there. Not only is she being manipulative to begin with, but it's just... there's nothing there. And I've noticed that he dealt basically 0 damage to her with that hit, so it's time to swap him out. You've been strong, Warrior, but you just need a little bit of time on the bench. Ratty Boy will take it from here. Do so with his mighty tackle. That whoa, hey, what that? With the move, with the technique, okay? Right. Now you might wonder, why did I use Quick Attack there? Quick Attack is obviously not as strong as Tackle. Well, it was a deliberate thing so that Warrior could come back and get the last hit, because I do want Warrior to get as much experience as possible until he's caught up with the team. Pardon me, because this is how I play my Pokemon games, okay? I don't grind on wild Pokemon, and I try and keep everyone at the same level. Those are like my two things, because I find that if you catch a new Pokemon and you grind them up on wild Pokemon to get to the rest of your team, yeah, we caught him easy. He was running back up north after detonating the bomb. Ooh! My husband's gotten sick from all the smog in the city. Well, that's just no good. That is bad for him. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's just... I don't battle wild Pokemon because you overlevel too quickly. When I was a girl, this was just a little forest cabin. I cry when I think of it. Okay, so it looks like that the Reborn region has undergone something of an industrial revolution that just didn't stop. Why did they bother putting a Poké Center here when Grand Hall is just a skip away? Laziness, my good friend. Some of us do not want to make that long skip all the way to the Grand Hall. Some of us would much rather have a lovely new Pokemon Center here. I very much like the Pokemon Center theme in this game. The Peridot Ward is the second largest ward of Reborn, only on Nixia or something like that. It's bigger. There's a giant factory up north. Nobody goes in, nobody comes out, but the smoke still rises. Further north is the industrial area of Peridot. Let me tell you, it isn't pretty. Well, industrial areas seldom are, but... you know, going somewhere? It's battle time, but yeah. So what we're getting so far is that this used to be a nice, lush, verdant place. And it looks like industrialization has destroyed the place, but I don't want to say that it's just industrialization, because in the prologue with Amy, she specifically mentioned an Armageddon. And though pollution is bad, it's not quite an Armageddon, so I think something happened in the past that has just made the world the grimy, horrible place it is. And yeah, maybe following on from an Armageddon, people should be a little bit more environmentally conscious, and that clearly isn't happening, which may well lead to their slow, horrible downfall, but I don't know, hopefully you're gonna go far. But, you know, hopefully we can, like, awaken some legendary Pokemon like Shaman or Virizion to sort of, I stole it and I didn't even have a Pokeball to keep it in. So you hid in an empty house, huh? I wonder if that's referring to the Pokemon that was stolen from me in episode 2, because I've still seen not hide nor hair of that. I haven't seen you around here before. Okay, now you're going to notice that the game's music has cut out and that this battle is going in fast motion. That's a little trick that I had to do in order to get this to fit in to the 15-minute time slot that I need it to. Well, not that I need it to. My YouTube account can make longer videos, but ever since my last account lost that privilege due to some copyright issues, which I guess are just bound to happen when all you do is do Let's Plays, which are sort of sketchy in terms of copyright. But yeah, ever since then, I've just, I've not wanted to risk going over that in case I suddenly lost the right and I had a load of videos I couldn't upload. If you go down to the tracks outside, it'll lead you underneath the Obsidian Ward. How cool is that? Well, maybe not as cool as you might think, since it caved in. I'm gonna be evicted soon. I know it. I've made my life as a sailor, but Coral Pier shut down when Azarine Lake became too acidic for even boats to cross over. I haven't worked in weeks. That is a damn acidic lake. I don't think even Beijing can boast lakes that even boats can't traverse. So, there is something going on here, and it's not just environmental irresponsibility. Mommy says never to talk to strangers. I think it's because they smell bad. Well, you know, forget you, kid. Apparently the rent in this building is cheaper than the others, but are just like it. I wonder why. We're sorry. Admittance to the apartments is for tenants only. Okay, so there's some crime going on in that building, obviously, to make the price so cheap. Now, at this point, I'm starting to get a bit overwhelmed by the sheer size of this city. This is quite a thing to throw at you right at the beginning of the game. You know, I'm used to Pallet Town and Route 1, which is just a straight line. Ah, hello there. Tell me, would you be interested in the old rod? Azarine Lake used to be a grand fishing attraction. There was no limit to the wonders it held. Now there's no limit to the pollution it holds. So I'm packing up my things and leaving. This is my very last rod, and I can't possibly take it. What do you say? I say, give me that old rod, even though you've just explained that it's functionally useless. But I remember hearing something about someone who has a swimming pool somewhere. And I'm going to go fish in that pool and get all the goodies. In my younger days, I stood here and looked across Azarine Lake, named such for its brilliant blue hue. So what is this, the shit brown lake? Stop it. No swearing in Pokemon. I'm not putting up with this. Just cut it out. You can be mature without throwing swear words into a children's franchise, okay? Enough of that. Sorry, I was taken in by the beat just then. Hopefully the audio is now working and it's not all crackly and horrid in your ears. I just have to turn the game sound down a little bit more to sort of level it out and make it sound all good. And I think I've sort of hit that pattern. It still sounds a bit crackly, but I think that's just the nature of the sound quality in general. This is the garden of Mr. Seacrest. So you know about my garden? Yeah, she just told me. Once I let it available to anyone, but soon the careless people of this city trashed it. Henceforth I must be selective who I let in. Do you wish to pass? Then show me your dedication. Okay, so basically, as long as you can beat this guy into submission, you're allowed into his garden. It seems like a good rule to me, especially when the only thing is a Caterpie. And this interests me. Like, I'm still not completely sure about the design philosophy of this game, but on the website, it said that it was tailored to people who are used to battling online, so, you know, really difficult battles. And yet you've still got things like this. You've got things like the level 8 Caterpie, which could very easily be a Metapod. So I don't know if, like, the game is starting out in the sort of same really easy way the Pokemon games do, and then the difficulty's just going to ramp up, or if, in fact, I've been misled, and it's going to provide a similar amount of challenge, pardon me, to actual official Pokemon games. I'd be happy either way, to be honest. I'm not playing this for the challenging battles, or variations thereof. I'm playing it to see what the story's all about, because I heard good things about it. Well, it's a relief. Yes, it's a relief that I was able to defeat you and walk around your property with impunity, yes. So let's check out this magnificent garden. It's actually a wee bit tiny, but grass is grass, so let's see what wild goodies we have here. Hoot hoot, this also makes me think that the game might have a day-night mechanic, and maybe if I try this again in the morning I'll find a Pidgey or a Spearow or something cool. Oh. Now, I was in fact hoping to capture that, but Ratty Boy is just too powerful, so he's going to have a little sit down and think about what he's done, and I'm going to say goodbye to all you lovely viewers now. This game, I've sort of warmed up to a bit now, because these last few videos, they've definitely been darker than a regular Pokemon game, but they've eased up a bit on the murder and the grimdark, and if they don't lay it on too thick, it should be okay. So thank you very much for watching this so far. I hope you're enjoying the series, and I'll see you later.